we get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know I said this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me this, I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support.
So it looks like pretty much he's just taking it in stride, right? He's just basically saying his only regret is that it overshadowed or is overshadowing his brother being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And I think that's a reasonable assessment of the whole situation. So him asking ESPN to hold off on the announcement that he would no longer be a part of ESPN in order to make sure that they give grace to his brother didn't happen. And so ESPN was largely like, I'm going to give you the middle finger. You know what I'm saying? We invested a lot of money into you, and it didn't necessarily pan out. And I think that that's the biggest thing that come along with these lessons is that your reputation, once you get to a certain level, is included in your performance. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Your reputation is included in your performance, and we don't want to have that conversation. We want to act like somebody owes us something, or we want to act like, we don't understand the rules of the game when there's been plenty of people that played it out before us and it happened to them. Fortunately for Shannon Sharpe and his situation, I think that he's going to be fine. And so, Shannon Sharpe, unlike other people, and this is the thing that I have to give a lot of credit to Shannon Sharpe, even though, and I'm going to point it out, he was talking to Ocho, and I remember when they was first on Nightcap and they was talking about, oh man, you being late, Ocho, and he was going off on the staff and stuff for the microphones and stuff not being messed up. Justifiably, he was building a brand, and he did it successfully. They hit over 1 million subscribers on Nightcap, and everything played out the way that it was supposed to play out. But he was on everybody else, but he forgot to check his own content, his own character at the door, and that's the problem. You can be that way. When you got all of your ducks in a row and you on top of things and everything was moving and shaking and all of that. But it becomes a different conversation, a different game once, you are the one that also is torpedoing a lot of opportunities and putting everybody's, paycheck at bay, or their equity, or their success, or whatever you want to call it. Then it becomes a little bit of a debacle. And ever since he said that, it just seemed like it just been scandal after scandal after scandal and scandal. And that's another problem that comes with being a high flyer, or you rise really, really quickly, because it seemed like Shannon Sharpe just kind of just took off out of nowhere, and he just overtook all of the other people that's been in the game. Well, in that case, you're going to have to really be on top of things and really make sure that you ain't got no skeletons in your closet or no stuff that you messing up. And so that's when you got to start pruning the things that surround you that can possibly hinder you, and you got to put yourself in a better situation. But I do want to give Shannon Sharpe credit, and this is one of the reasons why I think that he's going to be okay. Shannon Sharpe wisely made himself valuable outside of the networks that he was getting paid to perform on. As he was ascending on Fox Sports and Undisputed, he was also working on Club Shay Shay. Apparently, he was already putting things in a place with Nightcap and all of that, with Ocho Cinco and all of that, right? And I remember Ocho Cinco he was on somebody else's stuff. I forgot what it was that he was on, what it was on, but he was participating in some other stuff. And so he did his thing. Gilbert Arenas, he took a similar path, and that he focused and he worked. He was doing Vlad interviews. He was on different people's platforms, all of that stuff. And then he started Gil's Arena in order to try to, you know what I'm saying, work on his own stuff so that he don't have to worry about if he was to get a position at ESPN, worrying about if he was to get a position at Fox or something like that, right? And so one thing that Shannon Sharpe did, and I think that we can take a lesson from, is that he built his own brand and he built his own stuff to where he didn't have to worry about trying to hurry up and get it together because he no longer was a part of ESPN. ESPN was extra because he was already doing his thing. Fox Sports, once he left Fox Sports, he already had other opportunities, right? So, I think that Shannon Sharpe is going to be fine from a financial perspective. Shannon Sharpe is going to be good. I don't think you have to worry about Shannon Sharpe as far as his finances. Yeah, he going to get the jokes. Yeah, people going to keep recording him as he go through the airport, and they're going to say his pocket's looking a little lighter. But let's be clear. Shannon Sharpe is still a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like any part of that, okay, yep. It's lessons in a dick discipline, and we're going to talk about that on the Millionaire Morning Show. Lessons in how you move, lessons in this, lesson in that. But the fact of the matter is, he's still rich. He's still going to get richer. I hate the fact that he had to pay out that chick from that $50 million lawsuit. Some people are estimating the amount to be as high as $20 to $30 million. That aggravates me. And we gotta make sure that we preventing ourselves from being around these people and for getting finesse out of a bag and all of that, because it's gonna mess up your whole movement. It's gonna mess up your motion. And although again, I think that Nightcap is gonna do well, Club Shay Shay is gonna do well. He'll get more sponsorships and all of that. Probably won't get another opportunity to be at ESPN. If he wanted to start a show at Fox Sports, he could. But again, I think that all of that was extra money. All of that was overwork. And don't get me wrong, it's all money in. So any money loss is a problem. Any money loss is a problem. But the other side of it is, Shannon Sharpe did insulate himself to where he controlled his own platforms and he can speak out and say whatever it is that he want to say. And I just believe in independence for myself. I get it. I know that there are other platforms, there are big things going on, there are big checks and all of this. But I just believe in independence and ownership for me. And that's in all aspects of my business. But again, Shannon Sharpe apologized to his brother, said that he doesn't hold any ill will at ESPN for letting him go. ESPN obviously didn't want that attached to their brand. I think that personally, ESPN should have stuck by Shannon Sharpe because he is box office and he will be, he is going to be a great contributor. And sometimes the talent overshadows whatever it is that you got going on behind the scenes. Once that goes away, as long as you're not going to jail, sometimes you just got to keep Dennis Rodman on your team. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think about Shannon Sharpe's apology.